All seen graffiti on the side of a building or under a bridge, but people who tag buildings also spray paint on homes, garages, and businesses. If you live in the city of Lafayette and you own a place that's been tagged by a gang, you have to remove the vandalism or you could face a fine. But for the last 4 years, one man has made it his mission to clean up the graffiti and give property owners a break. In tonight's Heroes Among Us, we'll show you how Mike Koning is making sure Tippecanoe County is graffiti-free with his paintbrush and can of paint.
840 tags I've painted, and I've got 1,000 hours in. Never built a city of Lafayette 1 penny.
When Mike Koning retired from Lilly, he didn't want to stay home. He knew where he wanted to help, and that was keeping the cities of Lafayette and West Lafayette free from graffiti, often sprayed on private and public property by local gangs. Lafayette police officer M.W. Roberts says the faster tags like this one on the side of a garage in Lafayette get covered up, the less likely these gangs are to keep tagging.
And you have the trident that looks like the IU. That's a trident that represents one gang, and they use that to kind of mark their area, dish other gangs, and disrespect each other.
I almost have a 24-hour service. If I see a tag, I usually carry paint in the truck, and if I have to, I just can't go to bed at night without painting it.
Mike uses the paint he can get from a local recycling center. He says to this day he has yet to spend any money on paint to cover the graffiti.
I try to match colors. It's not perfect, but what I feel like I'm doing here is that I'm at least covering up the tag itself.
He says in the last few years he's seen a decrease in the amount of tagging in both cities. Mike says gangs won't tag over murals painted in places like West Lafayette and under the Twickenham Bridge. He says with artists' murals going up and his quick action to cover other graffiti, tagging has gone down.
Yeah, I like painting graffiti. Sometimes my wife tells me I need to come home and take a nap in the afternoon and rest a little bit. I'm busy. I have a lot going on in my life. Retirement, I had more time when I worked than I do now.
Mike says he doesn't bother to try and read the tags or figure out the gang symbols. He says as long as gangs disrespect others' property and put graffiti where it should not be, he will be there with his paint and brush to cover it up.
You know what? Every day I think I need to quit. I need to give it up. You know, I'm almost 72, and I don't know, it's kind of like it's my city. I want people to come into this city and look around and say, where's all the graffiti at?
Mike says he will often just get in his truck and drive around town looking for graffiti to paint over. He says he also uses acetone on some surfaces to remove the graffiti altogether.